Polls closed in the United States. Donald Trump took the stage in Florida and declared victory, surrounded by allies, campaign advisors, and more than a few family members. Eyes are now on who and how many of them will play key roles in his administration. Take a look at this report.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. And this family photo of Trump is under scrutiny, purportedly speaking volumes about the expected faces of Trump 2.0. Hours after polls closed in the United States, Donald Trump took the stage in Florida to declare victory. Surrounded by allies, campaign advisors, and more than a few family members, some of them had played key roles in his last administration. But will the businessman once keep them close again in the Oval Office? Of particular interest is the fate of Trump's second child, Ivanka Trump. While Melania Trump is missing from the picture, Ivanka and her husband, Jared Kushner, had played a prominent part in first Trump administration. Kushner was Trump's advisor on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, as well as relations with China, Mexico, and Canada. But the couple were missing in this campaign. In recent months, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner have spent time settling into life in Miami. All eyes will be on what roles will they get now. The presence of tech mogul Elon Musk in the picture is another topic of speculation. Trump's other two sons, Donald Jr. and Eric Trump, also played prominent roles on the campaign trail this time. Eric's wife, Lara Trump, in particular, has a significant role in US politics as she serves as co-chair of the Republican Party. Lara also spoke at the Republican National Convention this year. The two were present at the gathering in West Palm Beach and in all likelihood will step into the places vacated by Ivanka and Jared in this administration. Also sharing the victory with Trump on stage were two of his 10 grandchildren. The president-elect's oldest grandchild, 17-year-old Kai, had spoken publicly for the first time during the RNC, describing Trump as very caring and loving and a normal grandpa. She also supported her grandfather via her personal social media. Kai has over 400,000 followers on Instagram and more than 200,000 followers on X. With his need for loyalists, Trump is certain to accommodate as many family members as he can in his administration. Of course, some more than the others.
We have with us Joe Walsh, a former congressman and host of Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Joe, welcome to WION. Welcome back. Former President Donald Trump, well, now President-elect, has been time and again accused of dividing America, but he's managed to unite blacks, Asians, Hispanics, even Muslim Americans into voting for him. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, again, good to be with you. That's really not quite true. Kamala Harris will end up getting the same percentage of the black vote that Joe Biden got, 85, 86% of the black vote. Donald Trump did make progress, headway, getting more of the Latino male vote, period. But generally, the divide in America continues. What this election tells me is that a lot of Americans are really angry about where things are. Donald Trump, for 8 years, has fed this anger and fed fear and scared Americans and lied to Americans about their fears. And it's worked because the Democratic Party in America for too long has ignored the fears of Americans.
Do you think that Donald Trump's presidency will be different than his previous one?
No, not at all, because he's incapable of it. Look, I oppose Donald Trump with every bone in my body, because I fundamentally believe he's unfit. Half the country believes he's unfit. He's incapable of putting the country's interest first. He's transactional. He can only act in his own interest. He's a divider. I think you're going to see a lot of retribution and revenge in this administration. He's told us what he's going to do. He has an enemies list. He's going to go after his political enemies. He told us in the campaign that he would put the military on his political opponents. He told us in the campaign he would put his political opponents in jail. He told us in the campaign he would shut down media outlets he does not like. So no, Donald Trump is incapable.
Joe, he's not going to shut down media outlets and put people. Yeah, I don't know. I think you know, the American people were kind of frustrated about these narratives because he actually broke that blue wall. I mean, you look at the electoral map right now, and it's almost a landslide. It's all red. I mean, how can so many people fall for a lie?
Well, two things. I agree. Both are true. He won overwhelmingly. I acknowledge that. And by the way, this needs to be said. Isn't it a wonderful thing that all of us who opposed Donald Trump came out yesterday and said, we accept the election results? Isn't that a great thing? Thank God, right? No stolen election lies. And isn't it a wonderful thing that Kamala Harris, who lost, did you see what she did yesterday? She publicly came out and publicly conceded and congratulated Donald Trump. We've lived through a 4-year nightmare because Donald Trump never did that 4 years ago. Look, both things are true. Donald Trump said all of these things during the campaign. Now we can laugh and say and hold him to a different standard, like he doesn't mean what he says. But here's why Trump won. Working class America, and you're right, working class America is really angry about some fundamental issues. Trump talked about those issues. Democrats ignored those issues. Now, I believe Trump lied about those issues, but he did address them. And the Democrats have some soul searching to do because they ignored working class America. I acknowledge that.
Yeah. And, you know, you talk about soul searching. What's next for the Democratic Party?
Well, here's the deal. The Democratic Party has become the party of wealthy, college-educated elites who push an agenda that regular Americans really don't care about. Regular working class Americans care about immigration. We have an immigration crisis in this country. Regular Americans care about a broken border, crime on the street, the price of bread, the price of gas. These are issues that Democrats have ignored. So, and I'm not a Democrat, but Democrats better get out of their fancy penthouse apartments and find a way to connect with working class Americans again. And if they don't do that, Republicans and Trump and other Republican demagogues will keep lying to them and winning. So I hope Democrats figure this out.
Joe Walsh, it's always nice talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us on WION. I look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Anytime. Thank you so much.